Peace, 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 fam. How is everybody doing? I'm sorry, my camera is looking really grainy. Pretty sure it's the lighting. Pretty sure it's the lighting. Anyway, this is Oracle Deborah with Oracle Deborah Podcast on YouTube. Peace, peace, peace. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. Yeah, this thing is really grainy. Oh, let me see if a little extra light. I don't know if that's going to help. Let me see. I don't know. It just now I have a glare. So we'll just roll with this and you get to see my drama in my office over here. I only got about 10 projects that are in the works. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why this is so grainy, but I decided to get on the camera today because, we have fresh dew and I went to my favorite hairdresser. He's like my only hairdresser, actually. I won't let anyone else touch my hair, but he does such a beautiful job. He has so much talent and he puts so much love into it. So much love into it. But so yeah, I actually didn't plan to get on a camera today. I had a full day and I really needed to rest. Uh, but I can't because I got a text from someone who's like, hey, da 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 da. And I remembered I needed to send this person something, which brought me to the office. So here I am. I'm sorry if I'm playing in my hair, but I had it up and I just said, let me break it down. So anyway, I just uploaded my last video on forgiveness. And it really was short. That one was really short. And yeah, I think you'll enjoy that one. And that came out of the ethers. But I had a great week. I hope you all had a great week as well. I know next week starts the holiday season and traffic is already lightening up. So lightening, yes, getting lighter. And that's always a blessing. I am actually off until after the year, after the new year. Woo woo. So I get to, you know, well, I would like to hone up in my house and do a whole lot of things here and just focus on home, but there are other responsibilities calling me. So I just have to manage my time very well, very, very well, and throw some fun in there in the process. And I absolutely have some intentions of doing something and having some fun. But I did have a great week. I got a lot of gifts from work, which was totally unexpected. Um, yeah, I've never gotten this many gifts from a workplace before. Um, so that was nice. That was actually very nice. And, they people sent in a lot of goodies and we actually won a contest, decorating your door um, in your office contest. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I absolutely was not the mastermind of it. A young woman that I work with, she is absolute creative, visionary, and just very detail oriented when it comes to that stuff. And I'm not. I'm your good helper in those situations. I will be the good elf, and I was a good elf actually. She likes the fact that I'm very detail oriented when I do something, when I'm given a task and I do it to the fullest. So she was really grateful. And yeah, I added in my twist and my own, I was able to kind of add to the creativity of the door. And initially I thought when we saw the other doors that were in the contest, I thought, yeah, we got this. But then as I looked, I was like, oh, the perfectionism stuff was coming out. I was like, oh, maybe we should have done this or done that. We shouldn't have done anything. People went berserk over this door. Like they loved it. They loved the whole concept. They loved all the detail orientation that was put in it, the focus, they loved everything about it. Now, that part I thought that would give us the edge, is that we had a lot of creative things and thought that were put in this decorating this door. And I wish I could show you a picture of it, but it was amazing. But this young woman was the absolute mastermind behind it. The manager got her all the material that she needed, and then I just came in. I did bring in one thing that was an absolute necessary that I just so happened to have in my car, and I had not had a chance to take it back to the store, which was some really powerful and super helpful spray glue. And it turned out to be like the bomb diggity. So they're not they're not giving me back my spray glue. They're like, yeah, no, we're gonna hold on to this. So they're having a good time with the spray glue. I was gonna take it back to the store anyway, but yeah, I walked away with a ton of gifts and consideration. And because we won the contest, they brought us breakfast. It was just really nice. It was a really nice week, and everybody had a good time, and everybody enjoyed all the food and the goodies and the presents. And yeah, I even got presents from people I didn't expect to give me presents. So that was a shocker. Um, and I definitely am going to reciprocate because, that's what this season is all about anyway, is putting the past behind us and taking this moment and enjoying in the festivities and forgiveness, which I talked about, just forgiving and moving on. And, you know, forgiveness is the pathway to money, and money comes in a whole lot of different forms, including love, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I even met up with a really good friend of mine today, and we had kind of been like this. We were just not seeing eye to eye on a lot of things, but today was just different. It was like this is the holiday season is like a new time period, new time warp in a way, and no one wants the negativity. Nobody wants the drama and the contention, and nobody wants that. Like everyone wants a moment to just chill and just enjoy the people that you are either, that you chose to be around, or that um, that you're around through, outside sources like the workplace, or you know anyway, if you go to a proprietor, you go out to eat, no one wants that. No one who is healthy wants that. The only people I find who um, continue with this energy throughout the year, through the holidays, are the people that need to do shadow work. They've refused to do the shadow work, and it just gets to the point where you're like, I'm making healthier choices, and you're not. At least not in my world right now. So I'll have to make another choice and disconnect or detach, if you will. I am the queen of detachment for sure. I know how to do it. I am an absolute professional at that. So I shouldn't be boasting about that, but it is what it is. Okay. I know how to do that part very well. It's the other part. The universe is like, okay, we still need you to do that when we need you to do that, but we want you to work on the other side more, which is the forgiveness and to endure others. which, you know, in the world they call tolerant. Be tolerant. Um, but we're all human. And, you know, let me see if I could find this little quote from one of my favorite apps. Uh, I found this, well, this website on homes and interior design showed up in my feed, and I'm like, isn't that lovely? You see that? So cute. Anyway, that was a side. That was just a side note. Okay, let me see if I can find this message. And um, it says, everyone around you is also figuring out how to be a person in the world. Everyone around you, everyone around us is also, they're also trying to figure this thing out. They're trying to figure out how to be a person in the world. So that gives people a lot of grace. Even the ones who haven't done a shadow work, you know, they're figuring it out as well. I lost my bobby pin, but that's okay. It's all good. Um, so yeah, that would be my message for today. You know, is to take that thought, that message, into consideration as we're out and about, as we're around more family and friends, or if we're alone and, you know, our thoughts are kind of eating at us a little bit and we're ruminating, you know, we start to ruminate or, you know, or our grieving, you know, kicks in because we're missing loved ones, you know. And most importantly, is the grace that I are figuring out, you know, how to be a person in this world. And that is the grace we're giving to ourselves. So give that grace to yourself first. Okay. And then extend it to others. I find that to work very well for me. You know, whatever grace I'm giving, whatever love, I love myself first and then extend to others, you know, but you have to start with yourself first. Okay. And you fill up. I say this all the time, fill up with love to overflow. Not just a little bit, not halfway, not just enough. No, overflow, like an overflow where you can't hold it all in. You send that overflow out to others. And that way you're nice and filled and you're helping to fill those around you with love as well. So I find that to be helpful as well. Yeah. So just keep that in mind during this holiday season. You know, continue to drive safe. People are drinking, going to parties and things like that. And some people hold their liquor better than others. You know, but I did an after work thing a day ago, and I just saw a person just, you know, kick back a beer after beer after beer after beer. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how people do that. That's just me. I'm not a drinker. I am an absolute lightweight. I had one drink that everyone suggested I try. I tried it. I liked it a lot. And I immediately asked for water because I don't drink and drive. And yeah, and it was they said they were kind of they it wasn't made as strong as another of the, you know, bartenders would do it. So I was glad because I didn't want a strong drink anyway, but it was strong enough. And I was like, yeah, I knew. They gave me club soda. I was like, that'll work. Yeah, I need to bring this down. I'm not drinking and driving. You don't want to do that. Um, but bear in mind when you're out on the road, the other people are, and some people, like I said, handle their liquor very well, but sometimes they don't realize exactly um, how much they've um, ingested. Let's put it that way. And so, yeah, I'm telling you, when I drive now, I feel like going like this, because it feels like a horse and buggy moment. Honestly, I would just rather have a horse and buggy to tell you the truth, because it's really weird to be in a car and drive that slow and that methodical. But the one thing I am cognizant of, besides being driving slower, much slower, like a whole lot slower, is staying in my lane. And I think of that now everywhere I go, when I'm crossing lanes, or, just a temptation of being impatient, I say to myself, stay in your lane. And that might be a bigger, message for some of you out there, when you're talking about, I don't know, careers or relationships, or when we're giving our opinions, on different topics, which is what all of us on YouTube do. Um, but I feel like that's a message too, stay in your lane. I need to be writing some of this down, because I'll absolutely, positively forget all the stuff that I said. And I absolutely don't want to listen to this just so I can write, you know, the pointers, which I can do right now. So this is episode 21. So this is a recap on forgiveness. Staying in our lane, whatever that might look like for you. And then this bigger message. I really love my hair. I love when he does my hair. I really do. I went out on a date. He did my hair years ago, and I said, I'm going out on a date. He said, okay. And I met up with the person because it was their birthday. And I said, sure, I'll celebrate with you. And he looked at my hair. He was like, a guy did that? And I said, yeah. He said, there's something special about that guy. Well, I thought that was quite funny, actually. All right. So, everyone, this is the message, everyone around you is also figuring out how to be a person in the world, especially this world. There's a lot going on, you know. It's like we want to forget and just enjoy and relax and check out for a minute, but they're making decisions while we're doing that. But I guess I better keep writing. They're making decisions, laws. They're putting laws into place while people are out here trying to have a good holiday. So stay a little bit up to speed with things. Pay attention. Because they're slipping through things while people are trying to get a respite. Being laws into force. Uh, we are celebrating or relaxing. Let's put it that way. So yeah, bear that in mind. What else do I have to add today? I'm back in study mode. I have to re-get my license. Um, but I did have a lot of good news. Like, I had a child of a client apparently that I had some time ago, and they called me and They want me to help them find their home, and that's excellent news. And they need to be approved for a mortgage, which is excellent news. And um, the other situation I thought was an opportunity wasn't they weren't ready yet, so we have to table that person for now, which is fine because I did a lot of research and helped her as much as I could, but I couldn't give her what she wanted because she's not ready. But still, if she works on some things, she'll be fine. She'll know where to find me because I'll stay in touch. And I just sat out in public, after my hair did. And I gave out a couple of business cards. And so that was good, and pitched some folks if they were looking to get some capital to start a business. So, you know, yeah. So I had a lot of good news this week. A lot. Um, I blew my diet. It's totally blew my diet. But it wasn't because of celebration. It was because I started off this week with two nights of terrible sleep, and that threw my diet off. But my body knows, like, let's get back on track because I've been training my body about how to eat and when to eat and how much to eat, and you know and how long to fast. I've been training my body to fast longer and more healthy, in a more healthy way. So I did all that. So yeah, this is just a me update, I guess. Maybe I'll call it that, a me update. But I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all have a lot of fun this holiday season. Shout out to the Sagittariuses because this is Saggy season. And a happy early birthday to us Cappies as well. I'm both Saggy and Cap. Um, so yeah, happy early birthday to us, especially our early Capricorns, the December 22s. Okay. And particularly if you're at a 0 degree. Yeah. So happy early birthday, definitely to those Capricorns, but happy early birthday to all Capricorns in general. But I got a little extra love for our 1222s. um, yeah, I don't have anything else to add. I feel a lot of love in my heart today. I feel it. It's there in general anyway, but today I feel it. It is a Venus day, and Venus is the planet of love. Um, man, every time I want to go to that app and tells me what the transits are, I don't have it with me. I have it on my phone somewhere else in the house, so I don't know what the transits are today. I'm gonna have to set something up on this laptop so that I can always have it open and ready to talk to you guys about it. But yeah, I'm feeling literally a lot of love today. A lot of love. So, which is good. And like I said, I just had a great week, you know. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs this week, a lot of celebrations, a lot of contentment. And even though I have to study during this time period, I even feel good about chipping away at that. So, yeah. But I hope you all, like I said, just enjoy the season, be safe, you know, love up on yourselves more, extra, do a little extra love on yourselves this holiday season. Yeah. The world is going to be the world. It's going to do what it does. Governments are going to do what they do. And I always find it interesting. They create this chaos around the holiday season when people really just want to relax. It's like, stop playing. Why in the US would you set the budget you know, um, around the holiday season and talk about shutting down or whatever the case may be, right? Do better at this. Why would you do it around this time? This is the time when people really need a respite. We need some peace. The government is toxic. Wow, where did that come from? But it's true. Our government is toxic and they create unnecessary toxicity um, for the people. You're not for the people when you're being toxic. You're for yourselves. You're selfish, you're narcissistic, you're a sociopath. And you just create so much pain and hardship for your people, the people who pay you to be in office. We vote you into office. And the way you pay us back is through pain and suffering. I really don't know where that came from. But maybe this is a message we all need. We all need to hear it, and we all need to see it for what it is. It really doesn't make sense that your budgets and critical decisions are made around a time when people need a rest from your toxicity. When you wait until people are trying to rest and wind down and just chill out to pass crazy bills, you're toxic in the worst kind of way. This whole message just pissed me off. It really did. We are living under a toxic government. Could it be worse? Yes. We could be dead. They could be killing us, having secret graves or hidden grave like stuff. And I think they do that. Oh, the governments do that. There's graves, there are buildings and cities, and might I say, parks built on top of graves. Our government is toxic. And that's what needs to go away. And this is what we need Aquarius to do. Let's get these people out of here. They're toxic. And they create hardship and pain and suffering for the people. And we don't like it anymore. We don't like it. We don't like what you do. We appreciate, I don't know, that it's not as chaotic as it could be, but you absolutely could do better, a whole lot better. Not bitter, but better. You could do more. You need to do more. Because this thing, in and of itself, passing laws and, fighting, you're fighting during a time when people are trying to rest. You're kicking up all this sand. It's too much. It's too much. That's my cue. I'm yawning. Yeah, that's a message for our government. Like, chill out. Leave the people be. People are already suffering with paychecks, not enough in their paycheck. And the way you handle the healthcare system, and you know, people would do better with their money. If they didn't have to pay for their health care. You're you're like you're like leeches. You're constantly feeding off of us. This government is a toxic leech. It just needs to stop. Energy vampires, you're sucking the freaking energy out of people. You're the incubus and the succubus all in one. Yes, and I understand what all of that means, but you do it. You feed off the people, and it's coming back to haunt you. And that's why all of y'all, so many of y'all are crashing out now because people are tired, of being just leashed off of. You're a parasite. God, I know I'm using all these strong negative words, but that's what the government is doing. Those who are in government, you feed off us. And that's why you're paying the prices you pay. And that's why this transit, Pluto and Aquarius, we're all getting hit by it. We're all getting touched by the angel. And that includes you, our government. It includes you. You should have learned your lesson when Pluto was in Capricorn. You didn't. You didn't because you got bailed out and were not made to pay any consequences for your poor behavior, your poor management. And Obama bailed you out and required nothing of you in return. Nothing. So you didn't learn your lesson. He didn't help you learn your lesson. But I tell you what, Pluto in Aquarius is going to do just that. And she is doing just that. And even the toxic AI that's having these young teenagers, putting thoughts in their mind to do away with their parents or themselves, they're being outed too. These companies are being outed. Y'all better stop playing. Oh my God, y'all better stop playing. I'm telling you, because the consequences are going to be irrevocable. And you get upset when people do extreme things to you, but you do these extreme things to us day in and day out. And then you're shocked when it happens to you. You're just shocked. You're so narcissistic. You boast about feeding off of us. And then when someone comes along and takes you out, you're mortified. You're flabbergasted. But you do this all day, every day to us. You kill us in our pockets. and our mental stability and our emotional stability, our economic stability. There are other ways to delete a person. Oh, there's many. And you practice it all day, every day. So when someone goes all out Neanderthal on you, like I said, you're flabbergasted. You thought you were the untouchable. You're not. You're not. You hurt people day in and day out. And people die. They do die as a result of your greed, your narcissism, your sociopathic or your sociopathy. People die all the time as a result of it. Your decision making. And then you boast over drinks with your buddies. You boast over drinks with your buddies or your homegirls or your family and your friends. You boast. You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today that that thing is not going to work anymore. You know, people say that the moral compass of the Black community is just down the hill. It's just deplorable. You know, we learn from the best. How do you think this country was built? You think it was built on high morals? Do you? Now we're resilient. We're resilient people. I think most people in general are resilient. You all have fed off of us for so long, so hard, and unrelentlessly. And people are fed up now. So don't get mad when people get fed up. This is where the country went wrong with Columbine. Let me tell you where the country went wrong with Columbine. Is why we continue since that point forward to have nothing but more and more and more mass shootings. You held those kids accountable for doing the act. Got it. But did you hold the ones accountable who were doing the bullying that instigated the act? Did you? You did not. That's where you went. And people across this country are paying the price. Still. Now I feel like I'm getting on my preachy thing, and that is not a good thing for me. And I probably shouldn't be saying the things I'm saying. But maybe it's time that it be said. Maybe it's time the government knows. We know you are lying to us all the time. You're gaslighting us all the time. You're feeding off of us all the time. You suck the very life out of us all day, every day. Look at what you're doing with this budget. Why would you do that around this time, around Christmas time? Why would you do that? Why would you not change that? Yeah, I'm not an economist. Maybe it doesn't make sense to change that. But I mean, this is the government. You set this up. Did it make sense to you to do it during this time? To structure it like this? Does it make sense to you? Did it make sense to you at the time? Or did you all just become so toxic over time that you just intoxified this whole season for everybody and now can't get out of it? I don't know. I'm not an economist. I'm trying to stay in my lane, but these are the thoughts that are coming up. I think it's called critical thinking. But it absolutely shows how toxic you are. That thing I know is true. You never stop lying, you never stop gaslighting, and you never stop feeding off of us. A hit dog will holler for sure. A hit dog absolutely will holler. People love that saying. Well, now I'm using it on you. We are human beings. And if you can do this day in and day out and have no remorse, have no feeling, and all you're worried about is the numbers, and you're taking nothing else into accountability, not your fellow humans. I'm not talking about mankind, that kind of man. I'm talking about human beings. There's something that's definitely wrong with you. You are sick in your minds and in your heart. You created an entire society of mental illness. You did. I don't know. People are just tired of you. So while many of us are out here telling people enjoy and be safe and do this and do that, the whole time we are trying to focus on positive and staying centered and staying present, you are being toxic still. You never stop. You're just always doing the most. All right. I need to get off this soapbox. I'm sorry, beloveds. I don't know. Maybe that was just sitting in my spirit and just needed it to come out. But we can't be, lovey-dovey positive all the time. There is a such thing as toxic positivity too. So balance and everything. I know most of us are striving to be better human beings. Even those who run the government, I know they're doing it too. They love their families. It goes back to the message today, which says everyone around you is also figuring out how to be a person in the world. But when you're in high places, making a whole lot of money, getting filthy rich, you have a greater responsibility to your fellow humans. You have a greater responsibility. You chose that too. We all have a greater responsibility to our fellow humans around us. I don't care where we are, who we are. We all have that responsibility. So, from the least to the greatest, this message applies to all of us. And why do I say that? Because Pluto in Aquarius does not care of the situation you're in. Whether you're struggling to pay your bills or whether you have so much money you don't know what to do with it. Pluto in Aquarius is going to hold you fully accountable. So be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Don't be nice. Nice just means stupid. Look it up. Look up the etymology of the word nice. It means stupid, foolish, ridiculous. Don't do that. Don't be nice. Things are nice. Outfits are nice. Homes are nice. Events are nice. But don't be a nice person. Be kind. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others and make good decisions, kind decisions. Okay. And I think that precipitates the love. And we've overused the word, but love is really a phenomenal thing. It really is the greatest thing of all. There is nothing greater than love. So do all things in love. Treat yourself. Make decisions about yourself with love and in love. When we speak, speak in love. Love is not nice. I don't know how much to stress that. I wish we would take that word nice, or we've got to unlearn what we learned about nice. And be patient and see things through. There's a process to it all. Trust me, I'm learning all this, all of it, from A to Z. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I need to make up for that little outburst. Sorry, not sorry. I think I just want us to be able to enjoy this respite without the toxicity. I think that's where that came from. I don't want to have to worry and keeping up to speed and keeping behind government officials, when I get these few days of rest. I want to go in my zone. When I go in my zone, I don't want to be looking at news clips of mass shootings and, oh, this bill got passed and slipped through while people were, having dinner with their families. I know we have to do it. It just would be nice if the world would just take the respite where they won't be allowed to pass bills or have these crazy fights about budgets around this time. No, just chill. Only deal with the, emergencies. Okay. And I know it's like, well, we rest, and some other toxic entity will come along and say, oh, they're resting. We could take advantage. That's the problem. That's the problem with that entity. And it bleeds on onto everybody. That mindset, that sickness, it just bleeds out on everybody. When I was getting my hair done, my my hairdresser loves crime shows, and I was like, can we please change this channel? This is the last thing I want to be spilling in my spirit at this time. So he was like, sure. And he put on the 25th anniversary of Motown, and it was so much fun to just watch all of Motown extraordinaires perform, and Michael Jackson when he's about 10 years old, and Marvin Gaye, and the who else? It was the Supremes, Diana Ross, and the Supremes came out, and the Temptations, and Richard Pryor. I mean, it was so much fun to hear all those songs, those old songs, and the true voices of that time that were just phenomenal. I mean, it so lightened the mood. And he just kept singing, and I sang a little. I don't like to sing in public, but you know, it just lightened the whole mood. And then we had really good conversation. And we saw eye to eye on more things. See, that's the difference with the energies that we subject ourselves to. Crime shows, that's what it does. And so you start thinking of the people and the things you don't like about the people and all that. Those things may still be there. But when you're playing music, when you're dancing or you're singing and your spirit lightens up, the heart becomes lighter. You know, you can still discuss those things, anything, but it'll just be in a much lighter way. And I'll end off with this because I thought this was funny. I left and I went to do some takeout at a really nice restaurant. And I said, well, while I'm waiting for my food, I'll sit at the bar and have, a beer and just chill. I'm not supposed to have any alcohol at all, actually, but I just want to do this. And a gentleman sat at the bar and, he spoke and I spoke, but I was looking down on my phone, doing my thing. So he said to me, why don't you smile? Like, why are you frowning? And I said, this is my natural, resting face. I don't walk around smiling all the time. I don't do that. I was like, somebody's got to give me something to smile about. I'll smile for you. He says, you're very beautiful. I said, well, thank you. And there you have it. We just chit chatted, you know. But I appreciated what he did. He didn't just say, "Oh, she's just frowning. I don't want to be around that energy." He just turned to me and said, "Why are you frowning? Like, why are you not smiling?" And I was honest. I said, "Well, I don't normally smile. I don't normally smile just to be smiling. I need something. Tell me something, that will make me smile." And so he did. And so I did. And he bought me a beer. I left. I wasn't looking for nobody to buy me a beer. I was just sitting there chilling because I was happy, you know? So ask a question or comment about something. Dig a little more, get a little curious with the people that you're around, you know? Spend less time judging. He might have been judging me. That was fine. He was. But at least he asked a very honest question. And I gave him a very honest answer. And then he understood, and then I understood. I'm not going to change. My face is my face. I think they call it a resting bitch face. Back home, they used to say, man, y'all look mean. They used to say that about my whole family. We just all did it. We just walked out. I still do. It doesn't change. And that part of me will never change. It's just my resting face. But if you want me to light up like a Christmas tree, say something. You know, just say something. And when I turned that light on, people never wanted to go out. And that's when I say, listen, I'm not a minstrel show. I'm allowed to not be in this happy-go-lucky mood. People will feed off of that too, you know? And maybe, just maybe, when I end off my videos, I say to you all, continue to smile that beautiful smile and let it shine as bright as the star that you are. Yeah. So blessings, peace, peace, peace. I will see you back at another time, another time, another day, maybe another bad place. Love you.